Brotherhood class here. I mean, we down in Baltimore. We at the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I mean, we under command and General Yohana. If it's not under command and General Yohana, you understand, it is not the truth. You
Right.
understand? Like, a lot of people think that they're in the truth, you feel me, because they found out that they're Israelite. You know, it's not, just because you know that you're Israelite now, does not make you in the truth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and doing what the Lord has told us to do and commanded us to do, is what puts you in the truth. And outside of the Isupk, that is not happening nowhere in this earth. You understand? And we've been doing it, we've been bringing this out since 1969, man, that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible. You understand? The so-called white man is the devil, our oppressor. You understand? Devil means deceiver. You
Right.
understand? He's the biggest deceiver on the face of the earth. And unfortunately, he's destroyed, like, with his influence, he's destroyed the brotherhood that we have with each other, you understand?
Right.
And our wicked leaders, you know, they pawns in his game of death when it comes to us, you understand? Like, our leaders destroys the brotherhood between us. You understand? Like, we have black leaders who cause us to hate each other, who cause us to be enemies. You understand? Like, we have black leaders who absolutely hate black people.
Right.
You understand? And he get it from his daddy, our oppressor, the so-called white man. You understand? Like, we're gonna go into the scriptures today, man, because these black leaders, man, like, what they're doing to our people, like, not only are they destroying our people, you feel me, like, they're causing us to sin against the Lord. And this is the reason why so many of us are dying in the streets, man. Like, we're dying horrific deaths. You understand? No one cares. Like, we die in the street, and it's like, it's normal now. Like, it's not supposed to be normal for black men and black women and black kids to be dying at alarming rates. Like, we look at it like it's just normal, you feel me? Like, here in Baltimore, if you hear, hey, listen, we had 350 murders this year. Man, shit, we clap. We clap like it's something good. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Man, we did all right this shit. Not knowing that 350 brothers and sisters and kids, man, of our nation has just lost their life. You know?
Right.
But that's what wicked leaders will do to us, man. And the brotherhood that they strip us, that they strip away from us, man. We're gonna get some of this in scripture, man. If I could, let me get we're gonna start off in Isaiah 9:16, man. If I could, for sure.
Okay.
Like, a lot of times, like, we hear these scriptures. It's like, oh, my shit. Can't see all of those. I was teaching back. I had just seen the text. No, you show us, sir. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that's not too far from the school. The new guys. Yeah, no, I still got to get them all. But I had a class and I went to the school. Hey, that's what it's like, you got this one?
Come. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Let's say for the leaders of this people cause them to err. This people is talking about Israel, man. Like our leaders cause us to err. How did they cause us to err, man? Like, go ahead, Mike.
Tell us if the law is done away with, sir.
Yeah, come on. Like, that's one of the bedrocks of Christianity right there. You feel me? Like, the law is done away with. And all you got to do is believe in Christ, and all things will be forgiven. And, you know, You do what you want to do. We're under grace and all that nonsense. You understand?
Right.
Not knowing that the law that we supposed to be keeping from the Most High is our only protection.
Mm.
They talk about being saved and salvation. Like, if we want to be saved, you understand? Like, we got to endure to the end.
Right.
But the only way we're going to do that, man, is by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? So, like, they telling us that the laws are done away with. That's damn near a death penalty offense. You see what I'm saying? Because,
Right.
like, what are we if we don't keep laws?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the scripture say, ye are the salt of the earth. Without you, like, if the salt loses its flavor, what good is it? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is the flavor that we have? You see what I'm saying? Like, the flavor that we have is these laws, statutes, and commandments. Like, that's the flavor. That's the like, if you take the commandments away from us, like, we think by being salt of the earth, that means that we can dress nice. You know, we got all this swag and all that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's one thing. But the thing is, what makes us the salt of the earth is that we have God's law, man.
Right.
You understand? And God's law protect us against everything. Like, a lot of times people think that we can't keep God's law. But in all actuality, like you said, my laws are not grievous.
Right.
Like, my laws are not hard to do. But check this out. Like, when we do not keep the Most High's laws, like the Christian church tells us we ain't have to, that's grievous, man, because we die over it. You understand? We eat that pork, that shrimp, that crab, and that lobster. You understand? Next thing you know, brothers got diabetes, high blood pressure. They got to get legs chopped off. You feel me? Like, gangrene. What's the one that messed the foot up?
Gout.
Gout. You see what I'm saying? You ever see somebody with gout?
I seen that pain.
You see the pain, right?
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, when you ask them, hey man, where that come from? Man, shellfish.
Mm.
They tell you straight up shellfish. Eat shrimp and
Yeah.
crab and lobster and all that nonsense. You feel me? Like, and it's like it's one of those. That's grievous. Like, that's hard. Yeah, I mean, but not eating those things is not hard to do.
Right.
You understand? Like, this is how Christianity destroys our people, man. This is how they cause us to err. They cause us to err in a sense because they take us away from our power, man. Like every nation has a power. Like the United States, their power is in their military. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, what if the United States got out there and they pitch to the American people? Man, you don't need that military. That military is garbage, man.
Right.
You understand? How many Americans you think gonna go by that? You understand? You're essentially telling other nations that they can come and attack you, man, because you don't have no defense.
Right.
So when them pastors tell us that we ain't got to keep the law, this is the same thing that they tell these other nations. You understand? They tell these other nations, man, you can go and destroy these people, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say, like, we became prey to the beast of the field. The beast of the field is talking about these other nations. That's why in every hood, you have everybody else owning stores and businesses in our hoods except for us. Asians, Africans, East Indians, Arabs. You see what I'm saying? As soon as we try to open a business up, you see what I'm saying? Like, the business loan is so ridiculous that we got to sell our products at a higher price. Don't nobody want to buy. We don't want to support each other. You know what I mean? But that grant that Asian got to come over here and feed on us, he could sell fake hair for 60% cheaper than what we could do it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He can sell his product, 4 wings and fries, for cheaper than what we can do it because he got it right. We actually had to take a loan out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how Christianity destroys and causes us to err. You understand? Anyone on that?
Come on. And they that are led of them are destroyed.
They say they that are led of them are destroyed, man. Like, we are destroyed as a people, man. Like, if we don't feel like we're destroyed as a people, that's proof that we're destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Like, when we feel like we good, because we may have a high-paying slavery, you understand?
Right.
We got a high-paying slavery, we got a house, we got a car, man, I'm good, you see what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is you gotta work hard for your, you got brothers can get, you see what I'm saying? You got sisters can get, I'm independent, You gotta get yours, you gotta get on your A game, you feel me?
Right.
Like, when we think like that, that's the proof that we're destroyed. Because no one else, no other nation on the face of the earth thinks like that. It don't matter how much money you make. If your people are not thriving, you are not thriving.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We the only ones who individualize each other. You understand? You do you, I'm gonna do me. You understand? And that's not the spirit of brotherhood, man.
Right.
That's why these wicked leaders, they take brotherhood and they destroy it between brothers. You understand? They destroy the brotherhood that a sister can have between another sister. You understand? They destroy homes, man.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? How unbrotherly can you be to tell a woman that she's unequally yoked with her husband because she make 100,000, he only make 40?
Mm.
Now we unequally yoked. Now what the Lord said, oh, it's marriage, it don't pertain to us now because I don't make enough money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how they destroyed the fabric of our nation, man. And it's happening every single day. You understand? Any more on that? Alright, let's drop that. Let me get, if I could, let me get Jeremiah 2:13.
Jeremiah 2:13. Salakia.
Right, if you get it too, you can read it.
I got it.
Go ahead. Just read loud for me.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasure.
No, 2 and 13?
Jeremiah, right, sir?
Yeah, Jeremiah 2 and 13.
That's 2 and 13.
You sure you Jeremiah? It should say for my people have committed.
I got it.
Sorry.
You got it?
There you go, sir.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. For my people have committed two evils.
It say, for my people have committed two evils. Like the Most High is telling us that. Like, we have committed two evils against the Most High, and He's about to reveal them to us. Go ahead, Brother Michelle.
They have forsaken me for fountain of living water.
It say, for they have forsaken me, the fountain of living water. You understand? Like we've forsaken the Most High Himself. You understand? We've forsaken the Spirit. Like, we've forsaken these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Like, this is what the Lord is saying. This is one of the things that one of the main evils that we've committed against the Lord. And thanks to the Christian church, like, we keep doing the same evils to the Lord over and over and over again. When they tell us that we ain't got to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, this is what they are teaching us, man, that to forsake the fountain of living waters. Keep going, Brother Bishop.
And hew them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
And they say when it hewed them out cisterns, you understand? When they say hewed, that means that they carved out. You understand? Like, when they carved out a cistern a cistern is pretty much like a vase or something like that, something that holds water. Like, we've carved out cisterns. This is religion. You understand? We've carved out religions to ourselves. You understand? Like, Christianity is something that we've hewed out. Like, Christianity is not the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Like, what they practice and do in Christianity is not what the Lord has told us to do.
Right.
This is something that they hewed out. This is the cistern that they hewed out. Keep going up, Bishop.
Salakia. Broken cisterns that can hold no water.
It's a broken cistern, you understand? Broken religions that can hold no truth in them. You see what I'm saying? Like, these religions that we practice, you know, whether it's Islam, Christianity, 5%er, you see what I'm saying? Like, you got so many of them. Kemet, you feel me? Like,
right.
All them garbage religions and whatnot, you feel me? Go ahead, Bishop.
No, that's super heavy that you bring it out because, you know, Christianity also holds, you know, hell as a you know, when a man that's, you know, read God in the realms of, you know, the forsaken, you know, and
right.
you know, that's not even in the Bible nowhere, you know.
Listen,
You know.
not only is it not in the Bible, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like they create this mystical creature. You understand? Because they don't want to say who the devil really is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's really their dad.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, People get mad at us because we actually say the so-called white man, our oppressor, the man that's been killing and slaughtering us for so many years. We actually say, like, listen, this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
People get mad at us for that. Why? Why?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, do we not, like, for us to be so educated, do we not know our own history?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like we're not mad at them because they're white. You see what I'm saying? Like people, man, y'all just like the KKK. How? Like we were murdered for being black.
Right.
We still get murdered for being black. You understand? Our Isupk, our Ephraimite brothers, you understand? Our Gadite brothers were murdered for being Israel. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't murdering nobody.
Right.
You understand? All we asking for is justice. We asking for justice because of the crimes that's been committed against our people, man. You understand? Like, is that too much to ask? If we want justice against the oppressor, the same one that's paying our so-called leaders, man. So because we want justice against the people that's paying our leaders, oh, we evil now.
Right.
You can't talk about that. You see what I'm saying? So you got to create a mystical creature with red horns and pitchfork and all that nonsense. You feel me? Man, the so-called white man that you work with on that slavery every single day, that you smile in his face and her face, that is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
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 And what happens is, if our people do not get taught that, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take on the spirit of that oppressor and we're going to start hating each other, man. Because you cannot love your brother's enemy without hating your brother.
Right.
You understand? Like the Lord called the so-called white man our enemy, man. Like he didn't say it was only for a time period, he called him our enemy. Look at what he's done to us. Look at what he's continuously doing to us. You understand? Like we have leaders who have sold us out to the point where as though they love our oppressor so much that we can hate each other. You see what I'm saying? Two brothers, we can hate each other. A sister, she can hate a brother. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
She can divorce her brother. She can do whatever the hell she want to do as long as it's not to the oppressor.
Right.
You understand? The only time you'll see somebody check a black woman is if she disrespects that oppressor, man. But if she disrespects her brother, no one says nothing to her.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because they destroyed the brotherhood. And when I say brotherhood, I'm talking about the sister, you know, the sisterhood that females should have is encompassed in that too, you feel me? Because I don't know about y'all, but women hate each other. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
no lie. Like,
Right.
black women hate each other.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you got so many females, and what you'll hear them say is, oh, I don't do other females.
Right.
They got like 30 male friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for every need, they got a different dude. You see what I'm saying? That they can call. But when it comes to a woman, oh yeah, I don't do that. I mean, why not?
Right.
And if you actually get down to the core of it, they don't know why they hate each other. But the spirit of why they hate each other is because our leaders have taught them to hate each other. Remember?
Right.
They've taught them to compete against each other and not love each other. The same way that they've done to us as brothers. You understand?
Right.
Like this is what happens. This is what happens. You understand? Like when we follow these wicked leaders, man. Like here in the Isupk, you can't hate a brother here. You feel me? Like you hate a brother here and get found out. You feel me? You know, listen. You better went to that brother. You see what I'm saying? You better follow these scriptures, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gossiping and running your mouth about a brother and whatnot, you feel me, for no reason, you understand? You better go to that brother. And that's not something, man, I ain't really feel like going to him, you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, I felt like, you know, yeah, you're disrespecting me, but, you know, I ain't trying to go that route, you feel me? I'm just going to let it go. Do it if you want to, you feel me?
Right.
That's coward shit, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you're a coward if that's the way you get down. You see what I'm saying? If your brother offends you, man, go to him and him alone.
Right.
That's a order from the Lord, man.
Right.
Don't care about how you feel. If you offended, go to your brother. Gain your brother, you understand? Reconcile with your brother.
Right.
Because Satan is watching you too. And yeah, you thinking, you know, yeah, I mean, they ain't that happy, you feel me? I'm gonna let it ride, you see what I'm saying? The next thing you know, Satan is on you. And you at camp, you feel me? Something go down at camp and you ain't gonna protect your brother because you don't really mess with him. You see what I'm saying? you got this ill spirit towards him on the low, you feel me?
Right.
And I mean, every time he say something, man, stay talking, you feel me? Like, you see it in the world all the time. When a brother get offended or something like that, the brother get offended and don't say nothing to the dude who offended him.
Right.
Next thing you know, everything they say out their mouth, man, shit, I ain't even trying to hear it, yo.
Right.
Like, go ahead, bro.
So a question on that. So just recently, had a couple incidents with some cats that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not cousins or best friends or nothing like that. We got a mutual acquaintance.
Good.
You know, I'm personal. Like so, I'm like, if I don't ever tell you leave me alone, just go ahead about your business. Just go ahead. So what I'm asking is, me not saying nothing to the brother or having an argument with him, and then not going back and talking to him and trying to squash it. Am I wrong for that?
Here's the thing, like, if I could, let's get that scripture, bro. Matthew, let's pull it up.
I probably know. Matthew 5:22.
Yeah, let's start there. Sure. No, let's go to
That's not the one you
No,
look
let's go to Matthew 18. Matthew 18 and 15. Like this is the beauty of actually going to the Bible and actually and getting the breakdowns and understanding these scriptures, you understand? Because when we do things the Lord's way, guess what? We ain't got to kill each other. You understand? We ain't got to kill each other, you know, just because we had a minor disagreement. You understand? The Lord is going to break down to us exactly what we should do if somebody offends us, you understand? Like, we ain't even got to think about it. Like, it's going to get to a point. If we practice these laws, you feel me? Just like you wake up in the morning and you got your routine. When you do when certain things occur, it's just routine. You don't even got to think about it no more. You see what I'm saying? If you could, you go agree with that.
Matt.
It's like, so you
Oh.
go agree with that. No,
Okay.
It's book of Matthew, chapter 15.
No, 18 and 15.
18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee,
If thy brother shall trespass against thee, like, that means your brother has offended you. Your brother has done something or said something that actually offends you.
Right.
Whereas though you get in your feelings. You understand? You start feeling some kind of way like, yo, who's you talking to?
right?
Like, who you think he is? You feel me? Like, you think I'm sucking or something? Like, you know how we get.
Right.
If your brother do something to you, that's called a trespass. If you feel some kind of way about it, go ahead.
Go and tell him his faults between thee and him alone.
The Lord say, go and tell him. Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. You understand? Meaning, you don't go around and spread this now. You feel me? You don't go and talk to him, man. Shorty, you see how you was talking to me? You see what you did? You feel me? Yo, suck it. You feel me? Like, don't do none of that. You see what I'm saying? You wait till you get him by himself. Hey, if you in school, you know, it's not that, you know, the brother outrank you, even if the brother outranks you, you can actually go to him and him alone. You know, it's like, sir, if I could, you know, when you did this, when you said this, you feel me, like, it offended me. You understand? That's how you go to a brother in school. Somebody in the world, hey, such and such, hey, can I holler at you for a second? Hey man, when you said this and when you did this, you feel me, like, it offended me. I ain't really appreciate that, you feel me? And here's the thing. Let's say the brother say, nah, yo, you took that the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? In the school or in the world. Man, you took that the wrong way, you feel me? Like, nah, I ain't mean it like that, you feel me? You don't think you being a little sensitive, you feel me? How should you carry this? Man, you being a little sensitive, right?
That would make me mad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What should you do though?
I guess I wouldn't escalate into violence, I don't think. I would try my best to explain to him, like, bro, you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, went off on him or whatever, disrespecting him. Like I feel like way.
Yeah.
I guess like trying to gear him towards a apology. I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
I'm good enough, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
Stop.
just start the, just kill the OBS and just start the OBS up again.
Just kill the whole.
Just exit out of that.
My bad, I'm paying attention.